Okay, welcome back to Genuine Fake BoxCast number 6
Episode
with Simon again. Thank you.
Thanks for having me again.
And today we're going to discuss the fight between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois. Boxing terms, there wasn't really much, but in other terms, there's quite a lot to discuss.
Controversial.
So, first of all, the outcome was a 9th round TKO for Oleksandr Usyk win. But yeah, there's a few interesting things that went on in this fight. So yeah, Simon, your thoughts?
Oh, God, where do you start with this one?
Well, I'm going to bring my scorecard while you can have a look. First 4 rounds were fairly mundane and boring. Not boring, but like mundane, as we expected.
Right. Well,
what was your scorecard, just for interest?
Dubois win 1 round.
Okay. Yeah, I had every round, 8 rounds to Usyk, and then obviously the TKO round. So all 9 rounds to Usyk.
So it was 1 round to Dubois. He was competitive throughout the fight.
Yeah.
He was competitive throughout the fight. And, it wasn't like...
No, it wasn't completely one-sided. He's competitive.
Yeah,
it was
a competitive fight. So let's not talk about the controversy just yet.
Yeah.
I think Usyk's injured.
Well, yeah, you said this before. You thought he was injured before the fight, that he wasn't fully there. That's why he fought the way he did.
I think he's injured.
Because he was moving a little bit less and he looked a little bit less mobile.
And he was throwing his power punches together a lot quicker than he usually does.
He normally doesn't start with that.
Whether that's because it was in Poland and he was in front of all the Ukrainian fans and he wanted a knockout. But to me, I need an early night. I need to get this guy out of here quick.
Which normally he doesn't do. He just boxes, outboxes the opponent, and then only goes for the knockouts if it's there. Whereas he did look like he was looking for a little bit.
Yeah, and he seems to get hit a lot more than I've ever seen him get hit.
Yeah, he didn't get caught that much, but yeah, normally he doesn't get caught at all.
You know what I mean? So no, that was my thing. Is I think that there was because usually beforehand you see him in the gym doing his skipping and his dancing. You didn't really see any of that.
Well, he's seen a bit of it in the earlier build-up, but even in like his what is it called when they do the ring? I forgot what it's called now. The ring showing where the training, isn't it? The early training or whatever it is for both of them. It wasn't as like his normal lot, because he normally does all the coins and 2 hands and all the dancing around. I mean, he did do a bit of dancing and stuff before, but closer to the fight, he did a bit less. Whether just conserving energy or whatever it was, or just not, doing it. But yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not so sure about that, but I haven't heard.
I might be wrong.
I haven't seen it.
Like say, no one said anything.
Because in terms of the fight, I had him winning 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9. Okay, we'll get on to what happened in round 5 in a bit, but 10-9. I still had the round to Usyk. 6th round, 6, 7, and 8, then he was in the mode of, I'm going to get this guy out of here.
Yeah.
He stepped it up, but it wasn't so many punches, which normally it's a volume of punches. It was more, he was stepping on his punches a bit, putting a bit more behind them. And he knocked him down in the 8th, so it was a 10-8 round, and then he's 48 seconds. But he's basically out in the 8th round, and I think the referee allowed him to carry on. And then, he's taken him out because there wasn't much coming back after the 8th round. I think he warmed up in the 5th and the 6th after, the controversial part. And the 6th round was probably his best, I think, for Dubois. And that was quite an even round.
Yeah.
I think Usyk just took it, and it was near the end or in the middle where he had a little patch where he just... I think it was near to the end where he just lifted it up a bit. Yeah, but there was a little bit there where you thought, maybe.
Usyk just went through his gears.
Yeah.
And that was that. But he didn't look like he had many gears to go through Usyk. That's what I mean when I'm saying he was
compared to his normal
injured.
self.
What I will say,
the interesting part he looked fresher at the end than he did in the fight. I would say that at the beginning of the fight to the end, because the end when he did his interview, he looked more like, okay, I'm live now. Whereas at the beginning, he looked a bit, in the fight, he looked with less energy.
I don't know whether because it was in Poland in front of us at 40,000 Ukrainians.
Because he hasn't really fought at home.
Yeah, and let's not forget what's happening in the Ukraine.
Situation and stuff.
So he has got, I think, a lot of weight on his shoulders as well.
Speaking of which, he looked like he bulked up a bit as well.
Yeah, definitely bulked.
Not a lot.
But he's looking a little bit chunky round, and this will bring us on to the controversy. He's looking a little bit chunky round the waist. And I think Joshua showed he can be hurt to the body. He doesn't like being hit to the body. He never has done.
Nobody does really.
It is horrible. But he's got it's definitely, he really, really, really doesn't like it.
Well, I think if his game plan is normally speed and now it's footwork, well, body shots then aren't really ideal, because that starts to slow you down, which means you're going to get caught more, which means you're going to get hurt. And as he's relatively a smaller guy in the heavyweight division, as he's come up from cruiserweight, I think that probably makes a more of a difference. So shall we that neatly bring us on to the round 5 controversy of the low
It
blow,
was a low blow, for God's sake. It was low.
Well, my point would be, it doesn't really matter what it hits. It's a low blow. It's illegal. And it wasn't the first one. He actually went lower than that in one. He hit him in the thigh and I think behind the leg as well. He did aim 3 or 4 or 5 times for low blows.
In boxing rules, if you hit on the belt line or below, it's classed as a low blow.
Yeah.
He hit him on the belt line, which is this area right here, between the belly button and the jewels.
Yeah. And irrespective of whether it hits him in the jewels or not, I think, that's what people are making a controversy, but it's still a low blow. So he should have had his rest. Yeah, I think the referee was a bit generous. Although I've got, there was more, but I've written it down as 3 minutes 45. I think it was time in it.
Yeah.
I think they were saying like 4 or 5 minutes. But the people who were like being up Daniel Dubois, my point there would be, well, you had the guy weakened. You've had him hurt. If he's hurt, why didn't you finish him off?
You're having a 4-minute rest in the opposite corner.
Yeah. You should have worked out his game plan now.
Any other boxer, Wilder, Fury, Joshua, Dylan White, they'd have sprinted over and pounded away at your body.
The swing.
And just not stopped. Yeah. You've figured out, hold on, this guy doesn't like body shots. I've just had a nice breather. They go, he lost his momentum. What a load of rubbish.
Yeah, he didn't have any momentum to that point.
I'd have been like a caged lion in that opposite corner, gritting at me teeth, waiting to get over. And I'd have put everything in. Because I think
the longer it went, the more pumped up you get, because you think, mate, he's hurt. Yeah, he's going to go.
If you think it's
mentally,
a body shot,
it'd be like the longer and longer. You'd be like, I've got him here.
If you think that wasn't a low blow, I've got him into the body, I've got him with a body shot, go back for it.
What he didn't do anything. He upped it a little bit, but
he didn't do nothing. He reminded me of, like, I remember when Frank Bruno chinned Tyson and Bruno went, oh crap, I've hit him. And just froze.
Now he's angry.
What the hell? And that's what Dubois went. He was like, it was like he literally went, what do we do now?
That's my issue with the guys who are saying he should be world champion. No, he didn't do anything.
My issue with Daniel Dubois is, and there's nothing against the kid, he's been matched so poorly.
Yeah.
He's a young 24-year-old lad. He's a unit. He's got all the attributes to be a really good boxer.
He's got the attributes to be a world champion.
And he should have had the same upbringing that Joshua had.
Yeah.
And I think if he'd had that, he shouldn't be fighting Usyk at 24 years of age. No way. No. Will he learn a lot from it? No, I don't think he will.
No.
He shouldn't have been fighting Joe Joyce.
Nope.
Because take away the controversy, let's be honest, he quit.
Yeah.
Again.
From a jab.
Again. From a guy who, let's be honest,
he's supposed to be too small and everything else, and he basically put him down with a jab.
Yeah, he quit.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say that about boxers because, you know, it takes everything to get in the ring and you put your life on the line. But he quit.
It's bad matchmaking. It's making money rather than building up your career. And as his age, he's got time to make the money because all the four horsemen are getting old.
Yeah, I mean,
he should have been in the next generation. Joyce was a bad matchup because, like you said, well, the myth of the granite chin, but the granite chin, he's still got a good chin. You're just going up against it. I mean, Dubois was better boxing. He was outboxing him easily, but Joyce just kept coming, and he got caught, and it's injured his eye. And in this one, you're against the master technician and elite fighter.
What did he say when you're a heavyweight? You reach your peak when you're about 30.
Yeah. He's got plenty of time to build
He's got plenty of time. And like you said, he should have done what he did with Joshua. Loads of different types of opponents, tall, small, you know. And Joshua fought big names as well. Dominic Breazeale, Charles Martin, Alexander Povetkin.
Well, I think this, to come to your point, I think there's people who are comparing him to Joshua. I think Joshua's better than he is. A fair bit.
Yeah.
When I've seen Dubois' earlier fight, I would have said, yeah, I understood the comparison. But if you look at the people they fought and how they fought, I think Joshua has had far more about him than
I think
he went a bit quicker. I think Dubois, they should have went a little bit slower.
Yeah, they should have got a lot slower. Definitely a lot slower. Thrown him in with a lot more different
styles, built him up at different levels. So he's building up his levels and his experience.
Dubois is a unit.
He hasn't had the amateur.
Not really, no. And he is a unit, and he was using his knockout.
He's just his knockout power. They needed to give him more where he's actually in a 10-round, 11-round,
12-round
fight,
and
a proper fight.
They needed to go, what happens when that right hand doesn't knock him out?
Yeah.
What do you do then?
And that's how he got.
And it seems to be that when that right hand hasn't knocked someone out, he goes, well, what do we do now?
Yeah.
Quit. Just quit. And that's what it seems to be. And I hate to say that about him because he seems a really nice young lad. I really want him to do well.
I wanted to see well. I
do want him to do really. He's 24 years of age. He should never have been in the ring with Usyk. He really, he did put up a great account of himself. He did, but he should not have been in the ring against Usyk. How can they say he was a mandatory as well? How was he mandatory?
Yeah, I think
Joyce
must have got beat.
How was he mandatory?
Ahead of Hergovich and people like that. I don't know.
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I was quite surprised when his name came up on the radar as a mandatory.
It just blows my mind.
I think there's some good promotion gone on there to get him there. Good promotion from the point of view of getting a fight. I'm not sure it's good for his career.
Because, you go on about Anthony Joshua being mentally scarred. Dubois is going to be mentally scarred.
But Joshua's done it after he's already done
Yeah.
everything. He's already won the world titles and done all the things.
This guy's going to be going, twice I've quit. He's got to quit in him now.
Yeah.
When the going gets tough, he's quit. Or like Eddie Hearn said, he's chose not to carry on.
Yeah.
Let's not say
Let's
quit.
be polite. He's chose not to carry on.
Which... Is he like Frank Bruno? That's who he reminds me of. He's got the size, the attributes, but...
The mental part.
Is just not there. And that's his promoter's fault.
Yeah.
That is Frank Warren's fault. And Frank Warren can kick and scream all he wants. Oh, it's a bloody controversial, we're appealing. The WBA, whoever it is, they're not going to pay any attention to you.
It's a low blow. It's a low blow. There's not an issue. And
if it was a legitimate blow, Usyk could have just got up anyway. He would have.
Yeah, I don't think he was. He's taking a breather.
He's a bloody established heavyweight. He knows the game inside out. Bloody hell.
Yeah, I think there was a bit of gamesmanship.
How many times did we see Bernard Hopkins rolling around on the floor, claiming low blows and taking that bloody full 5 minutes to the max? You do it.
He's professional.
Yeah, that's what you do.
He knows the game.
You want to breathe?
The disappointing part of the fight, I mean, I did think it was going to be one-sided pretty much, but I think the disappointing part of the fight for me was that if he was hurt or he wasn't hurt, doesn't matter what it was, he's had this thing. He should have been raring to go to give it a go in the 6th round, end of 5th round, 6th round. I would have at least expected him to win 1 or 2 rounds, even if he could get out of there. Yeah, Usyk is pretty good and elusive, but he'd slow down a bit, Usyk, after that bit, and like he changed his game plan a bit. Whether that was his game plan anyway, he was standing on his punches and hitting them.
Yeah, I mean,
he should have done something then, Dubois, and that's disappointing.
But that's the difference, is he will not go out on his shield.
Yeah.
Whereas another fighter would go, right, let's just bite down and go for it. And if I get knocked out, I get knocked out. I don't think he's got that in him.
Yeah. And that's a disappointing part.
But that is because he's never been in the trenches before.
Yeah.
Because of his matchmaking. Joshua went in the trenches against Dylan White.
Yeah.
All right. And that's why Joshua learned, because Joshua was wobbled against Dylan White and come through it all.
And they helped him against Klitschko.
Yeah. And then when he fought Joseph Parker, he went the full 12 rounds, boxed his head off, went in the trenches against Klitschko.
Klitschko was winning that fight in the earlier part. Well, he was Joshua was winning, then Klitschko and that swing.
Klitschko was boxing his head off. But what Joshua did in the 5th round, if we remember, is Klitschko was boxing his head off and Joshua went, oh, sod this, and just come out and went for a fight. All right, 6th round nearly got sparked clean out. Went back to boxing a little bit, cleared his head, and then in the 11th round went, oh, sod it, let's just go back at him again. And that's what you want to see.
Exactly.
You want to see him go out on your shield. There's nothing wrong with going out on your shield. There really, really isn't. Because all you've done is, all that's happened is, the Usyk controversy's covered up the fact that Daniel Dubois refused to carry on.
Yeah.
That's all it's covered up. What they're going to do, order a rematch. Usyk will get him out of there in 6 rounds.
Oh, he knows what he is now, innit? He's learned, so he's not going to take that. He doesn't need a warm-up rounds. He'll just step on it and get him out of there.
Usyk is a sponge.
Yeah. He's a matrix. They'll have downloaded it and gone back and go. I mean, that's where I think Joshua deserves credit for his 2 fights against them, because obviously in the first one he got completely outboxed, but he didn't go down, he didn't give up, he didn't quit, and then he's still got it in him to go right the rematch. And the rematch he's learned. Just Usyk's already worked him out. He's he's an elite fighter. That's no disrespect to Joshua, because I don't think anybody's going to beat him.
No.
For all Fury's size. Yeah, Fury's got his size thing and his advantage.
Oh, don't talk to me about bloody Tyson Fury.
But I don't think he outboxed him. I think if he was really that good, he would have had the fight. Yeah. He's just avoiding him. He can say whatever he wants. He's going for the money.
He is avoiding him. Plain and simple.
And, yeah.
It was a great victory for Usyk. It was great for the Ukrainian people. Listening to the likes of Gareth Davis and TalkSport, the atmosphere in Poland was absolutely superb.
Coming even through the event that comes through.
So yeah, well done. Great event. There's not going to be a rematch. There's no need to be a rematch. Usyk will go and fight Hrgović. Usyk's got to be a little bit careful now, though.
Because Hrgović is a different beast. Like you said, I think we discussed. I think there's more there.
The problem I have is that Usyk should be fighting Fury.
Yeah.
Usyk could get beat by one of these lower ranked opponents that he's fighting. He could, and then that just is that what Tyson Fury's waiting for?
Yeah. Well, I think he's supported Dubois is because obviously he knows he can beat Dubois. Then he gets all the belts. So it's worth him fighting it. He'll make some money and he'll go the other way. I think he's just avoiding Usyk. Yeah, and I don't really want to see Usyk for Hrgović at this moment in time. I want to see their fights the other way.
Yeah, but
I wanted to see Joshua Wilder and see him Fury and then the winner. And then I think Hrgović comes.
I don't think Hrgović is going to be stepping aside for that RBF belt.
I don't think so.
I don't think you could pay him enough money.
Well, no, I think he wants to go. And I think Hrgović has got a chance because he, like we said, I think there's more there in the tank. And he's a pretty strong, handy guy. So
it's going to be an interesting one.
And then boxing level, but he does seem to have a few little bits. Like you said, he gets into it and then he has a little burst and then he just goes disinterested again.
But you can't do that against Usyk.
No, because he's going to have to be there all the time.
Yeah, you can't.
But we'll find out how good he really is then. I think if that's a proper fight as a measure of where he is. The thing is, though, if he gets beat by Usyk, then what's his next step, isn't it? That's why I wanted to see him fight Ergovic. I was more thinking that'd come up after these sort out by Christmas, whatever they're doing, which would have been the right thing. But the Saudis have gone missing now as well, so that money's gone. Which would have been good to see, like the four of them there in like a 4-way, even if you don't get the others, but 4-way, like super contest with Joshua Wilder, Fury, and Usyk would have been one of the best boxing events, heavyweight boxing events of all time. They could have made history, and wherever they could do it in the US, they could do it in the UK.
They'll do it anyway. Yeah, just get it done.
Saudi would have been good. It's more neutral because then none of them can really say they're home. But I think you would have had a fantastic event. Or anywhere in the Middle East, somewhere neutral location.
Just get them made.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Well, everyone want to see him. You're going to get a ridiculous watch through of them because I watch all of them. We said we'd want to go there. Yeah, we want to go there and watch it.
Yeah, we will. Did you see after the Dubois Usyk fight, Usyk in his hotel with all the fans outside? That's what I will give him credit for it because he went outside without no security. Said all the children first for autographs, and he made sure he signed everyone's autograph, done pictures. So fair play to the guy.
He's a fantastic champion. He's a fantastic role model and everything
fantastic else. Ambassador for the sport and for the Ukrainian people. And, they are he is giving them a lot of hope and taking their mind off the hell that they're going through. So good on him. Long may his reign continue. He's always in entertaining fights. I love watching him. His skill set superb.
I just love watching him, the build-up. Everything about the guy. You see where somebody you'd want to hang out with.
You want to go
you want to get him on here.
Yeah, you want to go for a pint with that man.
Sick if you watch it.
Yeah.
K2 Promotions.
Mate, you'd have a scream with him, wouldn't you?
I think.
And he can definitely speak fluent English.
I think his English is a lot better than what he makes out.
Well, it is.
Because you can see some of the looks when they're interviewing him. I don't think some of the interviews understand how good it is. Or maybe they do. Maybe it's just going along to make the soundbite.
The guy.
He looks like he understands and can speak a fair bit more than what he's letting on.
The guy's brilliant. As for Dubois, forget about your appeal. Get back in the gym.
He's got the same game plan. I think he needs to build up, as like you said, he needs to go through matches and learn different things.
Don't worry
about 12 rounds of boxing,
Don't worry about having a world title shot. Mate, you've got you're 24, 25.
You need to let these lots sort themselves out and go after them.
He's got another 10 years in the sport.
Yeah.
Go and build
yourself up. Don't moan about other people. Build yourself up. And I think Usyk, another congratulations to him and respect to him, as he said to him, it's not a problem. Get up, get on with it.
Yeah,
you can build yourself up.
Stop looking for the mega fights.
Yeah.
Build your career up, and the mega fights will come.
Yeah, because there's potential there. There's capability there.
You've got
plenty but he needs
to.
It's a bit too early for him to do those things. I think if he builds himself up, there's quite a lot of potential there to have some really good fights in the future. Okay, should we call it there? I think that's all the things. So thank you very much. And
thank you very much
until the next
indeed.
time.